Dynamic duo here. And in today's video, we'll be talking about Bellator versus PFL.
History in the making. Wonderful card. Warning, there are spoilers. Also, this is not the very first crossover for Bellator.
Nope.
They did have a crossover with Ryzen, a Japanese organization. But this is one for PFL after purchasing Bellator. And honestly, it was a very amazing card. Now, before we begin, we have to know, watching the prelims, which was on ESPN News, were we the only ones that came across technical difficulties? I mean, seriously, look at this. This goes on for over a minute.
This is weird.
You'll even hear a guy snoring.
Yeah, someone's sleeping on the job.
This isn't a technical difficulty on us. This is them.
No, this is some guy actually snoring.
For ESPN News. Let's see. It's supposed to say PFL ESPN Live right now, and that's not happening. Yeah, well, I mean. There we go. You hear this? Now it says technical difficulties up here on the screen. I don't know if it's showing.
You can actually hear this guy. Unprofessional.
Seriously. This is ESPN. This is ESPN. I'm surprised. If you can hear it.
Starting right at the top, the main event, the heavyweights over tonight it's
I gotta know we're the only ones that had to deal with this. Anybody want to leave a comment if you did? Just out of curiosity, would love to know.
Yeah, honestly, we have to know. Cause
Was Vegas the only time they had to deal with this?
I mean,
All right, let us begin.
all right. So, first bout on the main card: AJ McKee versus Clay Collard, lightweight bout. Man, oh man, AJ McKee, he was on a whole different level. Honestly, the way he submitted him was very, very impressive by an armbar. Clay had no chance against him. He had no chance. I will say that. No chance, honestly.
So that's the first victory for Bellator. PFL, not to a good start on the main card.
No. Now, light heavyweight, Yoel Romero and Thiago Santos. Honestly, back and forth fight, back and forth. I'm pretty sure he's happy. Yoel Romero won, but he's a man in his 40s, so...
Dudes are winning.
Hey, come on. Yoel Romero, 46 years old. I mean, come on. It's very impressive.
Yeah, because he's older than me, so I'm even happier. All right, so that's 2 for Bellator.
Yeah.
0 for PFL.
Yeah. All
right. Third one is the heavyweight bout. Vadim Nemkov from Bellator and Bruno Capelza. I don't mean to mispronounce his name. Bruno's from PFL. Vadim's from Bellator. Normally Vadim is a light heavyweight, but he made his heavyweight debut for this. Now, little fun fact. Vadim is actually ranked number 1 on Sherdog as the number 1 light heavyweight champ. A lot of respect right there, because usually they always give it to the UFC fighters. Anyways, Vadim won. He choked him out, literally choked him out to sleep. Had an arm, beautifully done. Showed Vadim was a totally different level. So that's now 3 for Bellator.
Okay, Jason Jackson versus Ray Cooper. And that it's a catchweight, which is sad. But, man, oh man. Jason Jackson, a good hard leg kick and throwing some punches, knocked him out. I mean, Cooper had no chance. I mean, knocked him out cold. And I mean cold. So, hey, it was a good thing. It was a good fight.
But just to throw in there, Jason Jackson is a welterweight champ for Bellator. Ray is usually a middleweight for PFL, hence the catchweight. But another victory for Bellator. Now that makes 4.
Now, Johnny Ablum versus Impa Kazanaganai. I hope I'm saying it correctly. Johnny, all he did was went there and had a wrestling match. Yes, he won, but he had a wrestling match. He didn't come there to fight. He came there to wrestle. That's it, just wrestle. So yeah, it was a boring, extremely boring fight. Don't watch that fight.
Unless you're having trouble sleeping, I highly recommend it.
Yeah,
then.
definitely.
But that's 5 for Bellator, and mind you, this was the co-main event.
0 for PFL.
They're off to a really bad start with this crossover. Last, and certainly not least, the heavyweight title match between Ryan Bader versus Renan Fiera. I always know him as Problema. Okay, 21 seconds. Problema knocks out Ryan Bader. Oh my God, it is beautifully done. This is a matter of size more than anything. Problema is 6'8", over 250 pounds, over.
That's pretty big.
And he's known as a knockout artist. So finally PFL gets a victory. Honestly,
At least one.
Problema could argue to be the very #1 heavyweight in the world. He could say he's better than John Jones due to this victory against Ryan Bader, which is another organization. This crossover was beautiful. It's definitely worth watching. I highly recommend that. This was a beautiful main event card. This was on pay-per-view right here. Next, let's go to the prelims. Okay, so now we're on the prelims here.
Yeah.
Starting off with the very first fight that was shown. Who cares, honestly? It's an amateur fight. But this kid, Malik Basal, I hope I'm saying his name right. He fought this other kid, Vinicius Pereira. I hope I'm saying his name right. Anyways, Malik is the hometown kid for them. This was in Dubai, if you didn't know, and this is a Dubai fighter. He won, boring, amateur. As old as he is, I don't even know why he just doesn't go pro.
Who cares?
Exactly.
It's an amateur fight.
Next is finally going to the pros. It's a featherweight bout. Abdullah Al-Quantani versus Nkadal Rao. Both PFL fighters.
Boring fight.
Very boring. Abdul, everybody was happy over there in Dubai because he's from Saudi Arabia. Again, another boring fight. Who cares? Move on.
Clarissa Shields.
Versus Khaleesi DeSantis. Before I even start this, I gotta say, DeSantis was a Marine, or still is a Marine. So, you know what? Thank you for your service to that one.
Now, Carissa, okay, I gotta say this. Stop calling out men. You have no punching power, okay? Keith Thurman will knock you out if you try to fight him.
She didn't have any punching power in boxing. I think she has like maybe 1 TKO.
Nor MMA.
You're not going to have it in MMA. Just because there's 4-ounce gloves does not mean you're going to end up having punching power. Plus, this was a catchweight at 165. Both girls look fat, by the way.
Yeah.
This was an out-of-shape fight. Couple moments in there that was looking pretty good, but honestly, this was a total...
Another boring fight, honestly.
I mean, Kelsey was 1-2 in her MMA career, and Clarissa is 1-1. Clarissa won, both PFL fighters, but Clarissa won, so now she's 2-1. But honestly, it's a very boring fight. Like I said, the only thing that's better than the other two is just Clarissa did give about a moment or two where it looked like something was going to really happen, and Kelsey in the first round did go for a submission attempt, and actually almost got it. So that was exciting. Other than that, I wouldn't even bother.
All right, now we're moving on to Biagio Ali Walsh, which he is the brother of Nico Ali Walsh, the boxer. Which, hey, honestly, his pro debut, honestly, very much impressed me.
And let's not forget, both Nico and Biagio are the grandsons of Muhammad Ali. It's a lightweight bout, and his opponent is Emmanuel Palacio. Now, this is definitely worth watching.
Yes. Those takedowns, honestly, a lot of slams. They weren't just like stupid wrestler, hey, don't hit me in my face, I'm gonna take you down. No, I mean, he grabbed him. Biagio picked him up and slammed him.
Beautiful, beautiful wrestling. Oh my God. Honestly, so happy he's with PFL. This is what makes it interesting. Biagio had no issues on striking. He could take a hit too. There was a lot of clean shots, and he just walked right through it. Whole nother level. And mind you, Emmanuel Palacio was 1-0, I believe, with a knockout. So he had more experience. This was Biagio's pro debut, and yet, honestly, it looked like a mismatch. So,
Seriously.
honestly, very impressed with Biagio. It did go to decision, but still, it was worth watching. Now, next is a lightweight bout between Henry Corrales versus Aaron Pico, both Bellator fighters. These are the only ones for the prelims. This is also a rematch. First fight, Henry Corrales got the victory. This one, Aaron Pico did. First round, exciting.
And I mean, lots and lots of elbows. Showed he had a lot of power to him. Knocked him out.
Takedowns were good too from Aaron Pico. So they could possibly have a rubber match. That would be great to watch. Honestly, I'd look forward to that. But unfortunately, right now, nobody knows what's going to go on with Bellator fighters.
But all in all, honestly, the entire card, it was really good. Definitely worth watching. I mean, I think it was good.
I liked it too, with the exception of the early fights in the prelims, and of course the co-main event with Johnny Emblem.
Yeah, Mr. Wrestling there.
Whatever, man. He doesn't even go for the submissions the way he should.
Just lays down and that's it.
I mean, even when he does, I don't want to get into it. Anyways, if you want to see the prelims, they're available on YouTube through Bellator MMA or PFL. So you can check it out right there to watch them. Other than that,
like I said, you should definitely watch this. And now remember to like and subscribe. Catch you later.